Hi guys, it's Allie with Chaos Monkey, and I just wanted to show you that I had gotten some of the amigurumi yarn from Red Heart. I actually got this a couple weeks ago, so this is the only time I was like, oh yeah, I was going to show you guys. So I pulled it out of stash, and if you guys, there's been a lot of reviews on this, so you've probably already heard of it, but if you haven't, it's just these little balls, cake things, discs of yarn that Red Heart put together with all the colors you need to do the little amigurumis on here. And I bought 4, so let me tell you the yarn content and then we'll go into the rest of it, because I know I looked but I can't remember what it was. Here we go. Okay, so it is 100% acrylic, and these have 239 yards, and each one of these will make 2 of the little amigurumi, and it says to use a 2.25 millimeter crochet hook, and this is of course the Narwhal, and that the yarn is a super fine yarn. It says you can machine wash, but I wouldn't in this case because I believe, oh my gosh guys, if I've been blurry the whole time, I believe the little horns on these guys are made with toothpicks, so I wouldn't put that on the washing machine. I would just hand wash them. But I'll show you the ones I've got. I got the Narwhal, the Mermaid. Come on, camera, are you going to be difficult today? The Elephant. Isn't that cute? And the Unicorn are the 4 that I got. And I got them from redheart.com because I could not find these locally. And that's kind of the way it is. I don't get to get out much, and then when I do get out, I miss everything. I miss all the sales, I miss when they release stuff, so every time I'm out, whatever I'm looking for isn't there, or, you know, they ran out of it, or the sale's over. It's just my luck. But they do have 12 different amigurumi kits. So they have bird, bumblebee, cactus, dinosaur, elephant, flamingo, hamburger, llama, mermaid, narwhal, a sugar skull, and unicorn. So there's a lot more than what I'm showing you here. If you want to go on redheart.com and check out what they've got. And each one of these discs goes for $6.99. I'm not going to pull apart the disc because I can tell you right now, each one of these is just a loop of the color. So when you take them apart, you're just going to have a loop of each separate color. Of course, they're not attached to each other because, you know, you need each color separately to make your animal or your amigurumi. And I'm sure other people have taken them apart, but I can tell you the yarn right here, if I can show it, it has more of a ropey texture to it. So I hope you guys can see that. So it is a finer, more tightly spun acrylic. People usually make amigurumi out of acrylic or a cotton acrylic mix for this sturdiness. Plus you don't want the little guys stretching out too much. So, and some of these patterns are in knit and crochet. Not all of them. So for instance, you can see the little elephants here are knitted on the picture, but they come in both knit or crochet. I believe the mermaids come in a knit or crochet pattern. The narwhals are crocheted, and I do not believe they have a knit version. And I believe, I'm not sure on the unicorns, but you can, oh no, looks like they're both crocheted on the label. But when you go on Red Heart, you can they're under the free patterns, and you can pull up and see if there's a knit or crocheted version. Personally, I would do, since I knit and crochet, I'm going to crochet these guys because amigurumi is traditionally done in crochet. So I will crochet at least one of them, and since there's enough to make 2, if there's a knit pattern, I might try the knit version as well, just so you guys can really see the difference up close, or see how difficult it is versus knitting versus crochet on these little guys. But it looks like the yarn is pretty sturdy. It's soft, but not too soft, so it's smooth. There's not a lot of stretch to that, which I like. There's a little, let me show you on a little bit of stretch here, but barely. You see how that barely pulls? So it's not as tight as a cotton, but it's still really solid, and that's what you need for an amigurumi, especially at a tiny gauge. And I was thinking about it going, I make a lot of animals, a lot of dolls, but technically I haven't made an amigurumi because amigurumi are technically very small. So these will probably be my first amigurumi that I make little biddles of. So I just wanted to show you guys before I crack one open so you can actually see what they look like. And yes, they are $6.99 in each. A lot of people were like, oh, that's too much for the yardage, and that's, why would I spend that much? If you're into amigurumi already, I'm sure you have tons of yarn and tons of scraps, and you just use those. But this is really just because it's the cute factor. You get the whole thing and the pattern, like, all in one. And so you pay the $6.99. So I didn't mind paying that much because I know I'm going to make them all. I know I get 2 for the price, and I know that, they went to the extra effort to put together these little cakey things. So $6.99 isn't outrageous for me to buy one of these. But again, if you're a regular amigurumi maker, you'd be like, hey, I have all that on stash, why would I buy that? Then you could just go on to redheart.com and get the pattern and just make the little guys if you want to, and you don't have to spend the money on the yarn. But I really like the convenience, and the way they had them balled up were just so adorable. I mean, come on now. We're yarn people. I just love this little cake with all the colors. So, yeah. And then when you take them apart, there's just big rings of the color. And then you can ball them up individually and then use them as you need them. So, and they look pretty even. Even if you don't need all the colors evenly, they kind of made the stripes fairly even, probably for aesthetics. So I'm not sure which colors will have a lot left over. But then again, the closer you get to the middle, the less yarn there is. So I think they strategically put the yarns you need less of in the middle. That would be the smart thing to do, right? Yeah. Except you need a lot of gray for elephants. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're all even. Because that is a pretty big chunk in the middle. But anyway, I'm just blabbering. So yeah, I bet they're all fairly even. So we'll see which colors we have leftovers of. And with all of these colors, I could probably make a combination of them with the leftovers. I don't know yet. Yeah, and I'm really curious if you make the 2, how much you have left over. So you definitely want to check your gauge on these because you could run out of yarn if your gauge is too big. Do they have a gauge? Oh, duh. It's going to be on the pattern. My bad. We already looked at the hook size. Oh, and then they also say it's a superfine, which is a 1. I don't know what they think a superfine is, but this is like a fingering, a thin fingering. So maybe it is a 1, not a 2. So I always think superfine is like really thin, but I'm probably just thinking lace weight, and lace weight is technically a 0. So this is probably actually falls under a superfine because it is pretty small. So yeah, and Marley Bird did one on her channel, if you want to check her out, because she's the Red Heart spokesperson. I think she did a unicorn. So if you've never done an amigurumi, but you want to see somebody actually make one, I think she makes, I'm pretty sure it was a unicorn on one of these. And yes, the little horns are toothpicks, so if you buy one, don't give it to a small child. Unless you can find a good substitute for the unicorn horn that isn't a toothpick inside, because I think I remember she had to glue a piece of yarn around the toothpick to put it in to the head, and I'm assuming it's the same for the little narwhal horns. And I'm not too crazy about that idea. I probably will not give it to a child. So if he's just going to sit on your desk or your bookcase or whatever, and it's just for you, no big. But if you give it to a child, you might want to crochet the horn or do something like that instead. So that's it. I just want to show you guys. So what my question for you is, I'm going to test it out because of course it's not, we can't really review it until we make one. So I am going to ask you guys which one you want me to make. So do you want the elephant, the mermaid, the unicorn, come on camera focus, or the narwhal? And I will make whatever you guys want first. So you just leave a comment in the comments below and just tell me, and I will go ahead and make both of them in whatever you guys want. And then I will also do one in crochet and one in knit if the pattern comes with crochet and knit. Like I said, some of them do not. Some of them are just crochet. But I'm pretty sure a couple of these have both options. So, but either way, I'll make both. If they have knit and crochet, I'll make one in knit and crochet. If not, I'll just do them both in whatever, in crochet. And then I will tell you what I thought of the pattern and what I thought of the yarn after I've made it and show you guys the finished product. So yeah, it's super cute. Oh my goodness, I can't quit looking at the labels. And I love little discs of yarn. But yeah, they're $6.99. If you buy off of redheart.com, they right now have, if you spend $35, you get free shipping. So that's what I did. I bought these guys and a couple of other balls of yarn that I wanted that I can't find. And I got the, what did I hit, like 40, maybe 45? I don't think I hit 50. Maybe I hit 50, I don't remember. But I got free shipping. So if you guys are interested, like I said, they've got birds and bumblebees and cactuses and dinosaurs and flamingos and all of these really adorable things. So you might want to pick some up now because you know it's going to be kind of faddish, as in a fad. So they may not be around for very long, especially depending on sales, because I'm not sure how big the amigurumi crowd is that will snap these up. So you might want to pick up whatever you want now before Red Heart just discontinues them, because they're so cute. Alright, so that's it. Blobbering. I'm gonna go. Go ahead and leave me a comment to tell me which one you want me to make, and I'll tally up all the comments. I'm probably only going to give you guys like a few days, a week at the most, probably, to put your opinion in, just so I can start. Just look at the, well, let's see, I don't even know when I can get this up. I've been having computer issues. So today I think is the 4th of April, so I'll give you guys, let's say, till the 8th of April to put your opinion in. So, and I'll tally up on the night of the 8th. So if anybody puts in their opinion after the 8th, and you look at the comments a year from now and you go, hey, you made the elephant and everybody wanted the unicorn, that's because everybody commented after I did my tally. After I did my tally on the 8th. But I'll try to put all that in the description below, because I kind of have to have a cutoff so we can actually start making it. Okay, you guys, I'm really excited. I know a lot of you guys make amigurumi, based on some of the comments I've gotten, and if you've used this too, in the comments let me know what you thought. Just out of curiosity, I want to know, you know, regular amigurumi makers, what they thought of it while I'm making it, and see if I agree or disagree or whatever. But like I said, I don't really make amigurumi. I have crocheted small things before, but this is probably going to be technically my first amigurumis in a really tiny gauge. And they're adorable. They're so adorable. I'm probably going to end up making them all and then giving them all away as gifts. Especially, but I might have to modify the horns, you guys, just to let you know right off the bat. If you guys pick the unicorn or the narwhal, I may try to actually crochet a tiny horn instead, and maybe stuff it with some scraps or something, because the toothpick issue does kind of bother me. So my horn might be a little fatter on these guys, because there's only so small you can crochet. But I definitely want to make them safe to give away in case I decide to. And a toothpick just kind of bothers me. I don't know, am I weird that way? Are you guys the same way? I had kids, I have grandkids. I don't want to put anything sharp, even if it's covered in yarn, in anything I make. So, alright, I'm totally blabbering. So, leave a comment, tell me which one to make first. And then I'll tally it up, and we'll go from there. And I'll make it, and then I'll pop back on and surprise you with whatever everybody picked and the finished item. Okay, guys, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.